We'll go to Senator Wicker.
Thank you very much, Mr. Zeldin. I am absolutely delighted that someone of your intellect and character is going to take over this position, and I certainly support it. There's been a lot of talk about PFAS. Let me just say I applaud your answers, and I think it's important for the public to realize that we need to do what we can to prevent exposure to PFAS. But in terms of the things we are needing for national security, such as munitions, aircraft, and vehicles for our Department of Defense, we can't do without it, and we're going to have to use it for a while. So that is a statement that I'll not attach a question to, since it's already been discussed. Let me talk about a couple of items of local interest. DeSoto County is the county in Mississippi that's the suburban county to Memphis, Tennessee. Some years ago, Memphis and DeSoto County went in together, got federal funding for a wastewater disposal system. As DeSoto County has now exploded in population and is now 200,000 people, the people of the city of Memphis decided that we were taking too much capacity and that DeSoto County should go it on its own, and went to a federal court, and perhaps a Tennessee judge saw it the way that Memphis was looking at it anyway, ruled that DeSoto County's got to get their own wastewater system and do it in a hurry. Happy to do this, but the federal government having told us that we have to do it, we're going to need some help. And so I hope that you can commit to using all your authority at your disposal through subsidy loans and other mechanisms to help us fund this very expensive thing that's being required of us. I believe the EPA should engage with regional offices to ensure that they're taking proactive role in addressing critical needs. So will you commit in your new role to working with us and with the city of Memphis to resolve this problem?
Yes, Senator.
I very much appreciate that. Now, let's move down to Jackson, Mississippi, where we've had a flood problem for some decades. A flood control measure was authorized in the WRDA Act of 1986. I don't know what you were doing in 1986, Mr. Zeldin, but it was a long time ago. This initiative has undergone several revisions, and at my urging and my almost weekly and monthly exhortations, we are nearing final approval of the Pearl River Flood Control Project in Jackson, Mississippi. The local sponsor backing the project, which is the Rankin-Hinds County Pearl River Flood and Drainage Control District, has diligently addressed all the environmental concerns. I hope we get approved in this calendar year, but I don't want decisions made in some room where our guys are not there to at least put their point of view in. So would you agree that local sponsors should be involved in discussions, scheduled meetings, and activities related to finding solutions as we go forward in the final stages?
Yes, Senator, and I would like to travel to your state and meet with these individuals and these groups who you want to make sure I hear their feedback from.
Good. Well, I can assure you it's bipartisan and just about as broadly based as possible. Now, let me just mention something, and I don't know that that you can make any promises to me because this is before the Supreme Court, but I just want to say on the record, there is a good neighbor rule that's come out of the Biden administration, and it has somehow concluded that my state of Mississippi, under a population of under 3 million, is somehow to be penalized for downwind ozone pollution from Mississippi to Dallas, Fort Worth, and Houston. Now, those of us who've seen weather maps, we know kind of the way weather travels. It doesn't travel from east of the Mississippi back to Houston and Dallas, but somehow they have determined that our largely rural state of Mississippi should be penalized for ozone pollution in Dallas and Houston. The Supreme Court's looking at it. I don't think you can comment on it. I hope we can rescind the rule entirely, but I just want you to be aware of how utterly absurd the federal government has been with regard to this good neighbor rule.
Understood, Senator.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Madam Chair.